Oh, hi there! What is up, everybody? In case you didn't know, Ibara was buffed recently as of the latest patch, which was a couple days ago of the recording of this video. What they did was increased her damage on her beta and also made it easier to knock down people with the beta, and they increased the damage done by aiming down sight and pressing R2, as you can see here right now. So the damage for that was increased on all levels, not just level 1, not just level 9, all levels. And the same goes for the beta as well. And she also got a buff during Season 5. She got a buff to her beta again as well, also making it easier to see like where the hits were coming from on her beta. So this character right now, a lot of people feel like she was pretty weak, but I think she's, even with her current bug, in case you don't know, if you don't aim down sight with her alpha, it lags a little bit, and it seems to do that pretty consistently. It also has a chance of like not hitting the opponent, so sometimes they can just like be in the middle of it and just not take any damage. And you can see right here at level 9, we are dealing 160 damage per hit. And she has 4 of these at level 9, so 160 damage is pretty huge. And not only is she like getting that much damage, but it's possible to be comboed. So when you knock somebody down with the alpha, it's possible that they can get grabbed by Aizawa's alpha. It's possible that Ida can beta kick them, whatever. Like it really sets them up. Although for a small window, it sets them up for a nice combo. And so it's kind of crazy, like the amount of damage that this alpha does and the amount of like utility that it has now. I mean, it's always had the utility, but it's just this is pretty nuts. The beta I have hit on people who are down, and I can get like 300 damage. On standing though, I'm still getting around like 230, I think like 222 or so, which in itself is like still pretty good. But I would not be shocked if we started seeing more Ibaras, because Ibara is definitely, in my opinion, a strong contender. Like this isn't, when I put the title, I don't even know what I'm going to name the title of this video yet, but it's probably going to be like, is Ibara meta or something? I think she just might be, because there's no character that can stop her from using her vines. Like Kendo can't stop her, All Might can't stop it with Tornado. So long as you can hit your shots, you're pretty much undeniable in terms of like getting damage. Like Dabi can't stop her either. There's so many characters. Dabi recently got a buff as well, so I probably will be doing a video on that. But yeah, she is just she's looking really strong right now, and I'm enjoying her a lot. Probably not more than AFO. I think I still might play AFO as a main, but Ibara. Looking pretty good, especially considering that you don't even really need to max out. It's always nice when a character doesn't need to max out all 3 levels. Like if you max out, like look at that damage, 223 on the beta. If you can max out all 3, that's great. However, she's not a character that I would say like, oh yeah, you need maxed out Gamma. It's like I rarely get the chance to use Gamma, and when you do, yeah, it'll do a bunch of true damage, but you really want a combo. You really want a teammate there to just like really wail on them, and that's where like the majority of the damage should be coming from, not necessarily Ibara herself, in my opinion. But this changes a lot, and I'm glad she's getting some love. I just wish that they would also buff or sorry, not buff. I wish they would fix her alpha when not being aimed on sight. But the range on her, like, you can see where the alpha, right there, literally what I'm talking about, is like it only hit for once, and it was not even, it didn't do that much damage. But here's the Gamma from her. It doesn't look like it's maxed out. I don't think it was. But it just did a ton of damage. She doesn't have any shields, so I'm fine to just keep poking away, and we just got ourselves a nice little 3-piece here. And holy, here comes All Might. We're just getting bombarded by so many people. And you can see that like, I try to play around the bug. I know it's going to have a little delay, so I put it far enough in advance. And you can see I still got some damage on the All Might right there, which is pretty nice. And then All Might trying to use beta to get above us for whatever reason. I don't think him getting above us really makes a difference in this matchup, because we have the range It's not like he is untouchable up there. If anything, he kind of just hurts himself by putting himself up there, because he will eat the damage, and he started a fight that he just could not finish. So we're just going to go ahead and down him back there. And like the range on that is just, it's nuts. I'm sorry if I'm gushing about this character. I'm sorry if you think she's dog-esque, but like, look, man, I honestly, I've been having a lot of fun with this character, and I feel like maybe you should give it a shot. See if you like, you know, see if you like this character, see if you can make her work. But I mean, as long as you have teammates around, I really don't think her lack of mobility is going to be the big issue for you. We are all maxed out. I should be handing off these rainbows to my teammates, but I'm just being greedy for the damage. Oh no, I'm not being greedy. Okay, so we're going to drop the level 5 alpha for a teammate who will get level 9 off of that. First red Deku that I've seen that does max out beta and gamma first, but hey, who knows, maybe he just picked up those cards and they just happen to be that way. But right now we're sitting at 10 KOs while I've been doing all this talking, 5.3k damage, while that damage is still just racking up. And this Aizawa has nowhere to go. Aizawa can't even use this gamma to stop these thorns. There is nothing that is stopping these thorns. These thorns are just, it is what it is, man. There's no answer for them. Just don't get hit. I guess like a true answer for it though would be to not get hit. To not be in line of sight. So like if you can hide behind a building or something. I mean, it's not to say that she can't wrap her hair around the building, but if you're like inside, your chances are much better than just, you know, being out in the open. Or if you can outrange her. And by outrange, I mean, I think Todoroki might actually have a longer range than she does. But, you know, just staying out of her sight and out of her long is how range. But there's not that many characters that can like poke her from super far away. And again, like the ultimate, it doesn't matter if she's up above you. It doesn't matter if they're up above her. She can still, you know, fight back. She doesn't. I don't think there's really any character outside of like Ochako putting on float and getting thrown into the air by a kendo. And then maybe she can contest with Gamma. That would be like a good difference in range. But yeah, we ended up finding the last Deku. I really wanted to find him just so that we could get the 13 piece. However, I didn't even get the assist for it because I just couldn't touch him due to the angling of not being able to see him. So that line of sight was just not working for me, and we weren't able to get the hit. However, 12 KOs, and we got the most damage in the game. But Red Deku also still looking scary this season. Red Deku looking really strong. I wonder if more people are picking him up for ranked. And yeah, no, I would not be surprised. Red Deku is definitely a problem. But this isn't about Red Deku. It's about Ibara. And we're going to go on to match number 2. Match number 2. I'm not going to spoil the end. However, I think this is still a good video to show off, or still a good match to show off her prowess. Like, I think this is still a really good way to show how good she is at doing damage. Not just at doing damage, but she also has the self-revive. And we haven't even talked about the self-revive yet. I mean, it is what it is. Or not self-revive, I'm so sorry. We haven't talked about the insta-revive. And it is what it is. There isn't really much to talk about it. You know, she does get the ability to just instantly pick up one of her teammates. And that has a lot of value, especially in a team game like this. It has a ton of value, and it does not take forever to come back. A couple of reload cards on after you use it, and we're looking at a really fast comeback time on that. But the thing I really like about Ibara when it comes to her being defensive is that you have gold moves, you have armored moves. So her Gamma and her Beta are good ways to just say, get off of me, and I'm going to do a ton of damage while telling you to get off of me. And it just makes it really hard to close the gap on her sometimes, because you just, like, especially as a speed character, speed characters will take one hit from a Beta and they should immediately think twice about what their next move is going to be, because if they take another hit, they die. It's very possible they will die. And again, you know, Gamma's already scary. Most people know that, you know, if they're next to an Ibara, and chances are she might hit that button, and you know, it doesn't go away if she whiffs it, the Gamma. She gets to keep doing it again until she nails it. So But here we see the Deku who tried to take the cards and then run away, but Deku just cannot get away from the range on the Ibara, and so we get that KO. And now, after a little bit of looting, we're going to try to find somebody else, and here we find the Bakugo, who takes 212 damage from this beta, and then an additional 174. I tried to catch him because I knew he was going to hit flight. We weren't able to get him, but we do poke him in the air at least once. I didn't try it again because I didn't think I would be able to reach. I'm alerting my teammates that he's over here. We're going to jump. We're going to assume he was trying to cross that corner, and he was. He eats 156 damage. We're almost there at level 9 if we had just that one more level. I'm surprised that did not hit right there. However, he's so far in the back in terms of like running away, and he tried to gamma us, but it's just not going to be enough to stop the hair. And Bakugo just does not really have an answer to make Ibara stop doing the things that she wants to do when getting chased down. All he could do was like try to run away and hope for the best and break line of sight, but it wasn't enough. So after killing that person, we have more people to hit back here, and I'm just tagging everybody. I am trying to down and just deal as much damage as possible to all these teams. Now I'm getting hit in the side. I shouldn't have done that alpha, but I am just kind of getting a little thirsty because Ibara does have high HP. She can take a little bit of damage, but it's going to allow the Dabi to get back up because I did not want to just continually keep taking damage. And thankfully we got the team heal there, so I can just keep staying in and doing what I'm doing. However, I need to find this person who is hitting me in the back constantly because it's getting really annoying. But here is an Ida near us, and then the Dabi, who just absolutely gets shut down by Ibara. Dabi literally can't do anything to make Ibara stop. That matchup is just not fun. But in a 2v1, Dabi kind of had some space here, and Dabi's getting really close to me. I should have hit beta there, now that I think about it, but I'm trying to roll the Ida. I'm trying to deal with the Dabi. We do get the beta on the Dabi, and now I have to deal with the Ida. Thankfully, one of my teammates shows up, so now we're good to go, and I get another team heal. So we are poking, and down goes the Ida 2 outside of the circle, along with the Dabi, who can no longer self-revive because he's out in the circle. Which he already self-revived anyway, which was another buff that Dabi got recently in that patch. He got the increased reload speed to his self-revive, because before it just seemed like you could only use it once per match, and that's how long it felt like it took. So here we are trying to assist our teammates. I am fully healed. I'm ready to stay in this fight. Here we've got the yellow Shiggy, who was recently nerfed. They took away the damage on his alpha, and they didn't give him anything for it, which was super surprising. I'm surprised that there was a nerf made, but no buff in sight like for that on top of the nerf, because usually that's what the developers like to do. They like to nerf and then give the buff somewhere else. I'm gonna collect some of this loot out here. I don't really need the cards, but here we are at level 9 for Gamma. We are fully maxed out. My teammate trying to pop a heal. My teammate also spamming. No, I guess just doesn't understand that I can have an instant revive and or paying attention. But I spam back to say, hey, I see you. I go over there. I am able to pick him up, and now he is getting chased. But that's okay. That is totally fine because I'm trying to defend. And that's a really good thing about Ibara, is that you can tell people to back off and make them, you can knock them down and make them rethink the course of action, because you know they're not going to be able to keep up with your teammate who's running away while you're the one poking them and making them sit down for a second. Now a lot of times people will wake up and immediately keep trying to press buttons because they just think, oh, it's Ibara, she's not that deadly. Well, this damage is going to start making people think twice, because when you start eating 160 and then you eat 160 again, yeah, 320 damage, that's really nothing to laugh at. So you really shouldn't just be waking up and pressing buttons immediately as soon as you get knocked down by an Ibara, especially if she's got level 9. Just not really a smart thing to do. She can kind of counter Shigaraki as well. All she has to do is just stay in the air and just keep poking. She doesn't really have to worry about anything that's on the ground, because like while she's doing any of her attacks in the air, minus the no, I think the Gamma actually keeps her afloat a little bit too, and like she'll stay in the air if she lands a Gamma. So yeah, all of her attacks just like keep her levitated a little bit, and you know Shiggy has to have somebody on the floor. So if she's just in the air throwing out attacks, it's not really gonna hit Shiggy, or Shiggy's not really gonna hit her. So it's kind of whatever. But we're gonna poke the Todoroki. I can't throw. Oh, you know what I was saying? That Alpha can't be stopped by anything? Well, there you go. It's Cement Toss blocks and Todoroki Ice. I did forget about those two things. Cement Toss, huge in stopping Ibara. I cannot stand Cement Toss when playing Ibara. It is so annoying. And I actually kind of forgot about this character while talking about Ibara. But yeah, Cement Toss will destroy Ibara any day of the week. That is probably her worst matchup in the entire game. And I don't suggest it. Mount Lady is also a really good pick to kind of contend with Ibara, because Ibara doesn't have anything to get Mount Lady out of giant form. So if Mount Lady really wanted to focus in Ibara while being giant, that's super easy for her to do. I was able to get the revive off on this teammate, but I just cannot get this Mount Lady to calm down. She had the plus ultra. She knew that. That's why she was being so aggressive. I didn't have plus ultra. I am dying next to my teammates. Not much we can really do. There's an unfortunate third party, but I was able to get a lot of damage and a lot of KOs. And will we make it out of this? I don't think so. Yeah, because there's another Mount Lady, and Mount Lady in giant form plus ultra. It's just it's a little too much. It's a little too much. And like Kinishima is doing the best that he can, just trying to survive this as much as possible. He's not picking up our cards. He's not healing. Oh, there goes the heals. I do wish that he would heal green first, because like he does have more health in green. He has 400 in green, and now he's trying to heal outside of the circle. Is this the play? Not really, because they saw him and he died with plus ultra, so this just not a good look. And yeah, he's not making it out of there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys can see what Ibara can do now, because it's kind of scary in my opinion. Like, we got 7k damage there and 8 KOs. I'm really liking this character, and I'm having a ton of fun. I just hope that cement tosses don't start coming out of the woodwork, because yeah, that'd be annoying. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.